awesome people.
So in some ways, your lifestyle is really, really inexpensive, right? You're like buying groceries at third world countries with favorable exchange rates and stuff like that. How often? But money solves a lot of problems too, right? You know, some sale is tipping over, a line breaks, and it's expensive to ship it to you. But if you had tons of do you ever find you run low on money to do this sorts of things you wish you could do, or the things you want to do are next to free?
So
Sometimes
that
it's
was the other
repairs,
word.
sometimes it's activities. Are you like, do you need more
It just
So
money?
hang
depends
on,
week to week.
what was the question? Do we need money
How
to
often
proceed?
are you short on
and would that
cash?
make life better?
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Well,
You said it better
initially,
than I did. How would money make life better?
initially cash was a huge problem.
Yeah.
Then I went back and got some work, and now we're making money off the internet. So it's it's always a problem, and boats are just wildly expensive.
Yeah.
It's just insane. Like it's almost. I think I had a friend talking. All my friends are getting married now, and they're like, "Oh, if you're going somewhere, if you're trying to organise a wedding, it's like triple what you would imagine it would be." And it's the same with boats. So I found it's
Yeah.
like they just whack another zero on there, and they're like, "Oh, that's you've got a boat, like you must be rich." And
And when we were first starting and we were making a lot of mistakes and breaking things, it was costing a lot. Like we just heard our bank accounts just going,
that was
but
the
now,
other time, apart from my boat filling up with water, that was the other time I was gonna throw the towel in. I was losing money at such an incredible rate. I was like, this is just
What
not
kind of expensive
sustainable.
mistakes were you making?
Elena, would you like to tell them about the time you shredded the head sail?
Yes. No, but yes. So I was on watch at night time, and I heard the head sail making a rather loud noise. It just sounded like one of the sheets wasn't pulled tight enough. And, so I pulled it tighter. Anyway, I made the same noise again. I pulled it tighter, and Riley popped his head out because he was asleep downstairs, and he was like, "What was that noise?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just a head sail, it's a bit loose, it's coming undone." He was like, "All right, cool." And then all of a sudden it just sort of started going like bananas, and what had happened was...
We're in the Gibraltar Strait, did you say
this
that?
was that time when they asked us, like, were there any times when we questioned what we were doing. The Gibraltar Strait for me was when I was like, what am I doing on a boat? I've got, no clue what I'm doing. Why am I here? This is the worst thing ever.
That is a crazy stretch of land, water. You've got hot water from the Mediterranean leaving, cold water from the Atlantic coming in, which causes turbulence. Then you've got the rock. Can you see my hands there? The Rock of Gibraltar, like this, and then in Morocco you've got the same thing. So the wind, if it's going one way, it just howls through this strait, and it's just
Anyway, hectic weather, and I overrolled the head sail, which caused a hourglass air bubble. So this air bubble was stuck up the sail, and it got really big. It grew. It ripped out more of the sail, and it just started flapping, and it sounded like it was going to rip off what was there. So Riley, got out the knife, and he was nearly going to cut it, and I was like, "Don't cut it! Like, we can try and figure this out." And neither of us
just
were
pull it
controlling
down?
the boat. We were sort of no.
nah. It was
was
It
tangled
turns
up.
out if you had heard it, if it's night time, it's blowing 40 knots of breeze, and it's dark, and I've got a knife in my mouth, going, "I'm gonna cut it down," and Elena's going, no, don't do that. And honestly, it scares the shit out of you when you're there, and you're probably not thinking 100% straight. So it turns out there's a reasonably easy way to get out of that, which I didn't know. We eventually figured it out. Elena figured it out.
Thank you. I caused the problem, but I solved it, so it's all right. But it did cause a bit of damage, so that was a bit, a pretty big cost. We had to get that sorted while we were in Gibraltar, and Gibraltar's
Did you fix the
But
sail or get a new one?
We fixed it.
Fix it.
sewed it up.
We paid someone to fix it. Oh, we can't. We don't have a big industrial sewing machine on board, so that job was a little out of our league. But it's almost like, particularly early, the costs were just stacking up. That's a huge problem that you would have to surmount when you initially buy the boat.
But now we're making less mistakes, and it's sort of like, get that nice cheese, or get that, or buy that for yourself. We're not under that pressure anymore, which is great.
Yeah, someone like I said, I've read about this and stuff. The boat, so a home is in like a constant state of deterioration. You know, every 15 years you need a new roof. Every whatever 5 years you need new paint. A boat is like that, but it's like every month there's another thing that wore out, that rotted, that it especially when it's in the water. You know, if you have it on land,
We're never not doing something.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's always some maintenance.
It's crazy. But I think also houses in Australia, I don't know if America's the same way, but houses go up in value, whereas boats go down in value and break and fall apart. And
That's
rot,
a universal
as you
truth.
said. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle knows all about that.
There are space boats that depreciate. No matter where you are in the universe, that equation is true.
Yeah, but you guys seem to have broken the mold.
With
Do you want to go, Taylor?
you can go.
I don't know. Where I was headed was you guys seem to have broken the mold on that whole happiest 2 days in a sailor's life thing. You know, that you've heard this before, the day they buy it and the day they sell it. You've had
For sure.
better days than that. Like most people, I think it's even fair to say most people end up regretting their boat purchase, more than half. But I don't think you're in that
And that's
category.
No, we're definitely not. We've had some like crazy good times, but we're also pretty fortunate in the situation that we find ourselves now in, where we can make money off the internet. So, yeah, it's one thing that I'd like to introduce more in the future into our videos is the tough times, and also maybe I really don't want to like caution people against it, and we're all about, there's such negative stuff in the news and everywhere, but we, Elena in particular, is like, would like to be an inspiration to people, and that's what we sort of keep hearing. So I don't want to be a bit of a downer or a buzzkill or whatever, but there are some extraordinarily tough times, and money in particular is very difficult, and I personally would find it difficult to deal with if someone, particularly a young person, bought a boat and they're like, well, you said it was going to be easy and you did this and you did that. And I'm like, oh man, it's not, it's so hard. So I would like to introduce that in the future, and I've actually recently composed a series of questions that I'm going to ask other captains of boats that we've met, and we're going to sort of interview them and then do a bit of a video about that and have them sort of, hopefully what I guess they'll say is, yeah, it's expensive and yeah, it's hard and you got to do your own repairs and you're working every day and stuff like that, to give people more of an idea about the other side of things.
Huh. I wanted the chance to say that I don't know how to give you internet advice without acting like some sort of dick, but I've been at this for a while, so take it for what it's worth. All your social media interactions, right? This is your Twitter, your YouTube, your Facebook, or whatever, needs to do one or more of these three things. Each one should educate, entertain, or connect, right? Those are the three things you're doing with your videos. You educate, entertain, or connect. If you're not doing one of those, then you're probably boring them, you know. Educate, entertain, and connect. And when you put it together, when you edit it, you can think to yourself like, is this going to bring me closer to my fan base? Is this going to, is my fan base getting something out of this in education or entertainment? Like, those are the things. And then the other one is schedule. I know you guys don't watch TV, so this might not work on you, but it's something I've told people. Like, if I say, hey, your favorite TV show is Seinfeld, right? That's your favorite TV show. You love it. Every week you look forward to it. Except I'm changing things up now. Now, sometimes Seinfeld's on Tuesday morning, and sometimes it's on Friday nights, and sometimes it's on Thursday afternoons. Go follow Seinfeld. And it makes it so much harder. Where, like Jenna Marbles, I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's like giant on YouTube. She would sing in her videos, the very end, new videos every Wednesday. I can't sing, so I'll let you slide. But it was there, and for people who get into her videos, they know, like, they sit there and click on refresh on Wednesdays, waiting for that upload. Whereas you guys, what I do is I click on my subscription tab to see if I missed anything. And usually, if it's been a while, it has. I go back, I'm like, oh, look, there was one 3 days ago. I wasn't on top of it. So educate, entertain, and connect. And
I haven't really
schedule.
watched any of your. I watched maybe one video before you guys hopped on just to get a feel for it. Do you make video of like the whole killing the fish and cooking it process, stuff like that, or is it all just like different? Like it. So do you include the gruesome stuff like that? Because that would be really interesting to watch you just come up with like a lobster between your teeth and then just hack it down and start cooking it. Like that'd be great.
That would be captivating for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're missing a key target audience here, Alona. The knife you won't see actually entering the brain of the fish. It's more like once the fish is dead and we've washed the blood away, there'll be a bit of filleting happening, maybe. But maybe we'll get into. Maybe we have to start another channel.
Yeah, animal getting other fish because it feels more real and more like, wow, they really are out in the middle of fucking nowhere. If you just fillet it from the beginning, like this fish didn't come with no head like the one in the supermarket. Like I removed that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
You got to be careful though, because your audience will start to relate to the fish. They'll start to like the fish if they get to know it too much before it's dead. We ran into something kind of similar to this. We had a chicken in our survival. We went on a survival trip. Went on to the forest.
5-day trip. We didn't bring any food, but we brought a live chicken.
Yeah, and at some point, we have to kill and butcher the chicken, and that went down.
I had never killed a chicken before.
I'm not even going to bring it up, but I will say this: the audience didn't like it that much. I feel like a lot of people out there were like, "Oh, you could have spared him," but we didn't.
It was him or me.
That's how I saw it too.
Yeah.
Well, yet they all eat chicken for dinner, but they just don't want to see it killed.
Well, this
I'm
was
surprised to hear you say that, Alona. I thought you would have been very pro
never
chicken.
kill a chicken myself. I don't have it in me. I'm not like that. I believe all.
You would, however, eat
hang
the
around
chicken
with one
if
for
I
4
hadn't
minutes.
killed it.
I had chicken for lunch. It's.
They are dumb animals.
Well, go 4 days without food, and then you'll be like, you know what, chicken? I'll kill you.
Yeah, you'll be inventing reasons to hate it. Look at you sitting there fluttering your wings.
Everyone else befriended that chicken. Woody was just always looking at him. He never got past his initial hate for chickens. It was like one of those movies where it's a Holocaust movie, and all the German guards at the camp are starting to feel sorry for the little Jewish boy, and they're all talking about maybe sneaking him out because Hitler's the end is near.
I'm a Nazi in this story.
But we're all Nazis. But then there's this one Nazi colonel, like Colonel Landa type motherfucker that really believes in the final solution, and that's Woody. And despite the fact that all the other guards, myself, Chiz, and Patrick, are all like, "Come on, sir, he's not as bad as the rest." And now we're British instead of German for some reason. It's not as bad as the rest, sir. But Woody was just intent on hacking that head off, and that little Jewish boy. I mean, the chicken just got.
I had a chicken, a machete, and an empty belly. It was meant to be.
And then you guys boiled the shit out of it.
Yes.
Ruined it.
It's not often that I admit failure, but I will say I boiled the shit out of that chicken, didn't I? I was just afraid. When you're in a scenario where you got one chance to do something, and undercooking means food poisoning. It's like,
really, that chicken have salmonella? It was a free-range, healthy chicken.
Where do you think salmonella comes from?
Living in their own poop.
No, it's just the butcher. It's the bacteria that grows on the butchered chicken when it's on the countertop.
Yeah, I'm with Kyle there.
I would have guessed you guys are right.
Yeah, but they also tell you not to eat raw cookie dough because you can get salmonella, and everyone knows that's horse shit.
Most of the time it is, but it's possible. If the eggs are left out exposed, and then salmonella or E. coli or whatever. Yeah, lots of bad. Yeah,
that's how we sort out the people that need to be final solutioned.
People who get salmonella and
Did
people
you see
with
that
peanut
cup?
allergies.
Did you take another sip from your cup? It's him.
Oh yeah, he's got a mug with a picture of himself on it. Actually, you have two cups with a picture of yourself on it.
You think I've only got two? That's cute.
Oh, you can.
I got sent 2 or 3 by fans, but I had a collector's set long before anybody else thought it was funny.